Hi everyone, so we are here in our fossil room. This is where you would come for your fossil tour here at Akron Fossils Science Center. Now in this room we get to learn all about what fossils are, how they're made, and you guys even get to hold some real fossils. That's one of the things that really makes Akron Fossils Science Center special and different from a lot of other science centers and museums around. So for our focus on fossils today, I thought I'd show you a couple of our really cool fossils that you would get to see if you came here for a visit. So we're going to start off with this fossil right here. Now this doesn't really look like much, and honestly that's how we find a lot of fossils. It's pretty rare to find a nice beautiful fossil like our T-Rex right here, all laid out perfect. Most fossils are more like a giant puzzle, and when they're like this surrounding rock is what we call the matrix. And scientists have the really tricky job of pulling these pieces out very carefully and putting them back together again. Now that's a tricky job for a couple reasons. First of all, there's oftentimes multiple creatures fossilized within the same matrix. In our piece right here, we actually have 3 different things fossilized. So scientists have to figure out which bones belong to which creature. Now on top of that, they're often putting together creatures that are no longer living, they're extinct. So imagine trying to draw a picture of something you've never even seen alive before. That's what scientists are dealing with. They're really not sure what the final product's supposed to turn out like. So knowing where each piece and part goes can be a little tricky and often changes over time as more and more fossils are discovered. So in our piece of matrix right here, we actually have 3 things fossilized. So this circular part you see right here is the backbone, a piece of the spine of a dinosaur from the hadrosaurid family. Those are known as the duck-billed dinosaurs because the front of their face looks like a duck's bill. But what makes this fossil really special is just underneath of it, we have this shiny bit, and that is turtle shell. So that's important because turtles are alive today, right? We actually have some turtles here at Akron Fossils Science Center. So we can study turtles. We can learn about their environment and their diet, and learning about turtles gives us some insight into the hadrosaurus that is buried with it. So if turtles live near water, it would make a lot of sense that the hadrosaurus lived near water as well. And other features of the hadrosaurus confirm that, or seem to confirm that, like the fact that their face looks like a duck's bill, and ducks, we know, live near water. And we also have some smaller plant fossils right in here. You can see fossilized amongst our turtle shell and our dinosaur right here. So 3 different pieces of living things that scientists have to dig out, separate, and then put back together again. So if you love puzzles, you might make a great paleontologist. The next fossil we're going to look at is really beautiful. They actually make jewelry out of this fossil. You can see all these gorgeous colors. Those are all different types of minerals, and this has been polished, so it didn't start off looking like this. This is something that really didn't start off too beautiful. It's called coprolite. That's just a fancy name for dinosaur poop. It's the most beautiful poop you'll probably ever see. Now, it sounds kind of funny to be excited to find poop, but scientists get really excited about this sometimes because occasionally you can find what the dinosaur was eating inside of its poop. And that ties into our matrix fossil right here because more recently, Hadrosaurus poop was found fossilized, and they believe it had some pieces of crab fossilized inside of it. Now, Hadrosaurus is believed to be a primarily herbaceous dinosaur, so it only ate plants for the most part, but they think certain plant-eating dinosaurs would eat some protein like insects right before they were about to lay eggs. And insects live in wood sometimes, so they maybe were chewing on wood, and they think maybe if that wood was in water, they scooped up a couple crabs along the way. But what makes that really special is that's a second fossil confirming that Hadrosaurus lived near a water source. So that's a little bit of an insight into what that process looks like. Scientists will find one fossil and say, well, this seems to suggest this story about this dinosaur or creature, but we can't be sure. But then they find another fossil, and that seems to tell us a similar story, like with the turtles and the crabs in the coprolite. So we have 2 different fossils telling us that Hadrosaurus probably lived near water, so we can have a pretty good idea that Hadrosaurus lived near a water source. So you can see how that a puzzle-like mindset would be really good to have if you were going to be a paleontologist. So that's just an insight into a little bit what your tour would look like if you came here to see us. But you can see we've got lots and lots of different fossils. And if you come here, you get to get your hands on those fossils yourself. So we hope that you'll come down and see us and check out a few of our fossils and some of the other tour options we have along the way.